Okay, time to talk a lot of Shut it, shut it. I'm losing my skills, man. I used to have so much skill. Take two. I don't smile.
That's just an intro. I don't smile.
Oh, man. This is gonna hold. This is gonna show up somewhere, I'm sure. Okay, let's talk about something super awesome. And I know some people are gonna freak out about cost and all that, but I'm telling you, this thing is legit. I've never been super excited about undercarriage cleaners, probably because I live in Florida and I tend to get jaded by the tropical environment. We don't have salt and things like that. But I do know that this is an important tool for most of the darn universe. So most people need something like this. And so my good friend Jaimie from Mosmatic USA came to me with this genius idea, and I blew him off, and then he kept coming back, and then he finally just stopped listening to me completely, and he showed up with a prototype. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh shoot, now we're talking. Now my first question was, how much is this thing gonna cost? Because it looks pricey. And so, this is a $600 masterpiece. Now, hear me out before you freak out. I know that there's some cheapo ones. I've used the cheapo ones. You've seen me use them in a video, and I totally dismissed them and never talked about them again because I didn't give a crap about it. But for doing, ATVs, doing off-road vehicles, doing anybody, again, who lives in areas where it snows, I think this thing is a necessity. And also, where this becomes really interesting to me is to clean my flooring, to clean the floor, because this is a dual purpose piece of equipment. And so what we have here is I believe every part and piece on this is T304 stainless. Has one of the amazing Mosmatic swivels, a right angle swivel here with a quick disconnect so that I can connect right up to my gun or wand, and so it works with the Mosmatic ecosystem. Really, it will work with any quick disconnect ecosystem. And then one of the magic, or one of the best parts of this thing, the magic of it is, so I have upward firing capability, and then I have these little pins here where I have downward firing capability as well. So I can not only use this as a undercarriage cleaner, but I can also use it as a surface cleaner, which makes it so much more practical for year-round use and to keep your garage floor clean and to keep your undercarriage clean on your car. So that's the coolest part about it. And then, of course, Jaimie spec'd out, pretty darn amazing, Mosmatic branded casters, the brushes that keep the pattern under control when it's on the ground are super stout. And again, it comes as you see it, with the exception of the option to change out nozzles. So this was my original prototype. There's been a couple of changes to the production version. One, you have a polished stainless arm, if you will, and then he actually changed up slightly how the protector plate is mounted, so it's quite a bit more stout than it was in the prototype version, but everything else is fairly similar. It has a little Obsessed Garage sticker on there, a little logo on there, but this thing is really a masterpiece. Now, when you get it, you'll have the choice in the drop down, or when you go to purchase it in the drop down, you have the option to choose either 1.0 nozzles or 2.0 nozzles. Now, keep in mind, when you're doing multiple nozzles, I'm not sure if it's directly linear, but it's essentially additive. So if I have two 1.0s, that would equal a 2.0 type nozzle, which functions really well for Karchers and Sunjos and ARs and all the inexpensive pressure washers. And then the other option we sell are 15-degree 2.0s, which would, the summation would be 4.0, which would work well with your Krenzlas, your AR professionals, your Comets, gas pressure washers, things like that. If you find that you have a really, really high flowing gas pressure washer, hit us up and we can special order some like bigger nozzles if you needed a couple 3.0s or 2.5s or something like that. They're not easy to get, so you would have to bear with us on that. But 95% of pressure washers are going to function well with the nozzles that we're giving you as an option. So the way you install them is pretty simple. I think these are, I want to say they're like, it's like a 11 millimeter or something like that. So you'll just take a socket and a ratchet, screw it into place. You shouldn't need any Teflon tape here, but if you do find that you end up with a little bit of leaking, I guess you could technically tape this. But anyway, I don't want to belabor the point here, you get the idea. You would just simply screw that in place, nice and easily. So then you'll need to choose your wand length. I'm so disappointed. I've been waiting to make this video for a little while, and we just sold our last 40-inch wand. I think you want a 40-inch OG Spec wand for this. So our standard size that comes with all of our tools, all of our spray guns, is a 20-inch with a little 20-degree bend. And so this can work. And so if you want to try to keep costs down, you can certainly get the job done, but you're going to, depending on how tall you are, I'm 6'2", I'm going to have to crouch down using this. But notice the beauty of the functionality of having a complete quick disconnect system, as I can switch from short gun to clean my wheels, back to longer wand to clean and rinse the car, back and quickly over to if I'm cleaning something that has a really long wheelbase, I could buy the 60-inch version of the wand and easily connect it up to the surface cleaner. So the ecosystem all works well together. So let's jump into use. I'm going to show you how it works as a surface cleaner. I actually have some rust on the surface of our tiles, and then we'll show you how it works as a device for cleaning the undercarriage of a lifted vehicle, and then we'll see what cars out in the parking lot it can fit under, because one of my requisites with Jaimie is that I need it to be as low as humanly possible, because all of my cars are lowered, and so the overall height of this thing is, so in undercarriage cleaning mode, the maximum height is 4 and 4 and 3 little bars. Bryce, what is that? 4 and 3/8, and it's 4 and 3/16. Sorry.
Buy a tape measure that they make them like a little cheese on there.
I have one of them. 4 and 3/4 is the, or 4 and 1/4 is the height, the maximum height of this. And another thing you could consider doing if you have a really low car, you could drive up on some piece of 2x4 or something like that. So let's get to work. I'm going to try it with the 60-inch wand. This is a little excessive, but it'll certainly make it a little bit more comfortable than having to lean over. 40 inch is really the way to go, and so what you'll want to do, I think, is you'll ultimately want to buy a 40-inch wand to complement your 20-inch. That may come in handy on some of your bigger vehicles anyway, and compare it with your Mosmatic surface cleaner. So I mixed up, this is the new 3.0 version of the, or version 1.3 of our Press-All bottle. I just mixed up some roughly 5-to-1, 4-to-1 Green Star, some all-purpose cleaner. And we're going to try to clean up some of that rust that blew out of my air compressor when they were working on our oil water separator system. So let's get started. So this is the Obsessed Garage custom install pressure washing solution. Obviously I'm not going to use deionized water and waste the resin. We're going to go right to just using tap water. This setup, we have a little pee-pee dribble plug on here because you always end up with some pee-pee dribble. Whatever you do, if you do buy one of these, make sure you don't turn your machine on. Don't make the mistake before you take it off, because it'll lock it on there and you'll have to crack open the setup somehow. But I have a 100-foot Cobra Jet hose with the Mosmatic. This is the OG Spec. This is my, designed, Jaimie and I designed this, where you have integrated plug and swivel so that the hose never gets bound up. It's really the most amazing pressure washing setup. I really wish for this video I had saved one of the 40-inch wands, because that's the size that we need for this application. Let's turn our water on. Fire up our Krenzla. This is the K1322. So this is a 2.1 gallon per minute rated at 1300 psi. In real life, we're getting about 1.9 and change gallons per minute at around 1000 psi is what we're getting. Now we're going to ramp up our direct pressure because we're using a 15-degree nozzle, but because it's 4.0 on that surface cleaner and we're normally using 4.0, we should get about the same amount of effective pressure. It's just that we're concentrating it a bit more with a 15-degree nozzle. So I don't know if you can see this, Mike, but that tile over there has some rust on it. From certain angles you can see it, and this happens often with Swiss tracks. I see my buddies up in Canada and other areas of the country that have Swiss tracks that, you know, clean their floors regularly, and something like this surface cleaner I think could really come in handy for them. And so we have rust that shot out of the drain of our air compressor, and it's on all these little crack surface areas. So I want to see, will this clean that up? I'm going to look like an idiot on this video if it doesn't. But ultimately, using the surface cleaner can clean the surface of your patio or your sidewalk. We'll show you on the sidewalk out there. But having this dual purpose helps to, I think, assume some of the cost. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wet the surface. So let's try our, this is a bit ridiculous. Let's try our 60-inch version. This, we have a lot of people who buy, who have RVs and stuff like that, who are interested in this larger wand. This is why we had them made. There we go. Certainly not as simple to use or deal with. So we have full swiveling capability on both the fittings as well as our hose, as well as on the surface cleaner. Heck yeah, I think that's actually working without any all-purpose cleaner. So notice, you know, this is part of Jaimie's design. You know, Mosmatic has been making, you know, larger surface cleaners forever. You know, we can get all of those, but for you know, car applications, not large commercial floor cleaning applications, this is a better solution, but they're experts in this. So notice I'm here, nothing's flinging around all over the place. It's contained underneath the brushes that surround the, you know, circumference of the circle. Dude, I think this is working freaking great. I don't think it's just wetting it. I think it's actually cleaning it. All right, I got to give Jaimie credit. This thing's pretty freaking legit. Yeah. I don't know if I love having the 20 degree. Yeah, it's probably better to turn the bend upside down. Yeah, there we go. I'm talking about the 20-degree bend in the wand. I think you always want a 20-degree bend using anything but a surface cleaner, but actually turning it upside down like this instead of upright actually functions better, yeah. Actually, I have a lot more control than I thought with this giant wand. It's pretty comfy. I thought it would be too stupid long, but this actually works pretty well. All right, let's go out and work on some cars. I kind of want to finish this here. So the thing you could do is stay more organized and drive it toward the drain. I'm not so worried about underneath the tile in this particular case, but if you were driving salt out, I would stay and, you know, drive it from back to front. That's where definitely I think a shorter wand would work better, a 40-degree wand or a 40-inch wand, so I could kind of drive back and forth. It's actually a lot smoother when it lifts up slightly. It's pretty freaking incredible. All right, let's go work on a car. All right, so the beauty of this, the whole magic of this thing, I'm using that word magic a lot here today for some reason, but I can take and flip it around and change it from a surface cleaner to an undercarriage cleaner in however many seconds that was. I like to say 2 seconds, but let's be fair and say 12 seconds. Set our thing up, our swivels changes position. Let's use our 60-inch since I'm becoming acquainted with this biggins. The problem is, how do I do this without scratching my fancy gun? Oh, shoot. The two-person job. The smart thing to do would be to hook it up, disconnect it from your gun. Cut that part out, Bryce.
Oh, we gotta keep that all in.
All right. Get some slack here. Now, let's check out some guy keeps leaving this 3rd gen, you know, 4Runner around here. It keeps showing up in all these videos. I don't know where it came from, but it keeps showing up here. This is kind of fun. Makes you want to go do some off-roading. The wind is blowing. Jeff's car's clean. Let's do it this way. So now the question, you know, does it fit under lowered cars? Let's see if it'll fit under the lowered GT. It's tight. Fits. Uh-oh. So this is where, you know, certain vehicles you're gonna have to, I kind of want to go around in the parking lot and see what it fits. Kill my, actually I can just use the wand. So let's go see what it fits under. Because certainly it should fit under a stock Accord, no problem. Yeah, you can fit all the way under there. And I think, let's see here. Depending on the angle, like on the GT3 RS, so if you go around from the back and front, you can get pretty far underneath the car. But like Jeff's car, we'd probably have to put on a couple of 2x4s just to gain another inch or so. But I mean, we have his pretty aggressively low. Let's go look at some of the other cars on the side over here and see what fits. So the Civic. I wonder if I can get underneath it. Yeah, we'll scrub on the exhaust. But I mean, the Civic's pretty aggressively low. And we can get up underneath Can I get under the sides? Yeah, see? Keep hitting the exhaust canister. What about braces me on? I don't think we can get under the front lip, can we? Nope. So all these lowered cars. Now Kyle's stock height, you know, so Golf R, no problem. So, I mean, you got room to spare. So that's 4 1/4 inches. So, you know, what is that, 7 inches high? So you can get up under the car, no problem. So depending on your car and whether you're gonna have to, you know, Bryce's car we have pretty low, so it's not getting under there. Uh-oh, got it stuck. So you would need to put his up on a couple of 2x4s. But for most, you know, most normal cars, shouldn't be a problem. Even a lowered Civic should be able to get it up under there, no problem. Cool. All right, I'm sold. So let's flip it around and test it out on the sidewalk here. Got any dirty spots anywhere? You kind of keep a tight ship around here. Someone vomited right there or something. Let's check out this puke spot. Right here. It's just one, it makes it a little difficult. You definitely need a 40-inch. All right, let's see how it does on the surface here. Oh yeah. Clean up that puke spot, no problem. I'm just amazed at how quiet it is under there. There's like a lot of violence going on underneath that thing, but it doesn't make any noise. All right. It's a lot of water in that giant wand. Well, it's a good thing this thing works pretty well because I'm bought a bunch of them. So, you know, we have a bunch of these in stock, and we did add this, depending on when you're watching this, we're doing a garage giveaway right now. So you can buy one of these and get a boatload of entries to, you know, win the chance to get a garage. I know that this isn't for everyone. I know this is a rather, you know, expensive option. This is a money no object, make the best small hybrid surface / undercarriage cleaner that could be made. Sparing no expense on the best parts, the best pieces, the best casters, the best swivels, and using all 304 stainless where it's not going to rust or you know, wear out prematurely. So I know that you can buy these for $100 or, you know, $200 or some other options, but none of them are as, you know, hybrid capable and as useful as something like this. So this is something that if I'm up north, I'm gonna budget. You know, this could save, you know, a lot of money in doing, trying to do undercoatings and things like that in your car, as well as, you know, keeping salt and stuff off of your suspension components. You know, in a perfect world, I'd put my car up on, you know, Rhino ramps or something, on race ramps, so I could see what was being cleaned and what wasn't. Maybe spray some all-purpose cleaner up under the fender wells and things like that, and use this to, you know, take care of the undercarriage of my car. I know I'm going to use it on the suspension components. I'm going to be using it a lot on the Swiss Tracks flooring to keep that clean. But the multi-purpose use of something like this is interesting. Something that I think needs to exist, and so I'm glad that we have it. So. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support to all those who are interested in buying something like this. And I'm going to keep chasing, you know, money no object. Just make it whatever it needs to cost. You know, do whatever it needs to be done, and it costs whatever it costs. That's, you know, that's what we've been doing a lot of here since I started doing this thing. So, anyway, Mosmatic Obsessed Garage surface cleaner / undercarriage cleaner is pretty sick. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.